Jesus was incredibly clear about his mission on earth. It was to seek and to save those who were lost. As a matter of fact, one of the ways he puts this is that doctors are called to treat the sick. I remember last year being in the Jordan and talking to a world relief worker, just a young girl in her 20s. And she was working among Muslim refugees, Syrians for the most part, and she was seeing the most incredible things as they were receiving kindness from Christians and mercy from Christians. They too were experiencing Jesus, experiencing salvation, understanding the forgiveness of their sins. When I was there visiting her, she received a call from her parents, her mother in specific. And she said, her mother said to her, you know, we've been watching the news and things are getting tense and things are not safe and we just think you've done your part. Would you please come home now? It's not safe there. We're not sleeping at night. We need you to return. And that young girl thought about it for a little while, but then she remembered something. She remembered that she grew up in a Christian home, and in the home at dinner they would pray. Every lunchtime they would have this map on the wall of the 1040 window, that part of the world that was closed to the gospel that nobody could get to. She remembers her parents praying fervently and faithfully that God would make a way where there was no way for the gospel, for the good news, for forgiveness, for grace, for Jesus to get to the 1040 window. She called her mom back and she said, you taught me to pray every day for a way to be made where there is no way. And she said to her mom, now there's a way. I cannot come home just because it's the safe thing to do. I've got to be about the business of the gospel. I have to follow Jesus. The same thing happened in Jesus' life. When he was walking around, he chose the most unlikely people to join him as disciples. One of those people is Levi, who is a tax collector, who's kind of the most despised of the despised, both by the Romans and also by the Jews. Nobody likes them. But Jesus sees him, sees who he truly is. He says, you come follow me. And then Jesus is hanging out with all of these unclean, unlikely, uneducated, unworthy, unreligious people. And the Pharisees come and ask his disciples, why is he doing this? This makes no sense. This is not a strategic thing. Like, this isn't going to help his reputation any. This isn't going to give him any points with the religious folks. And Jesus is really clear about this. He has not come to gain points with religious folks. He said he's come to seek and save those who are lost. He has come to hang out with the sick because that's who needs a doctor. I'm not just going to go home and hang out in safe places, Jesus says, when there's a way that needs to be made where there is no way. This is who Jesus is. You should follow him.